Dana White, UFC CEO, is excited about Conor McGregor's return to the Octagon. And in this video, we'll see Conor McGregor back, Michael Chandler is determined to face the Irishman, and Diego Lopes is about to shine as a strong contender for the featherweight belt. So to stay on top of everything happening in the UFC every day, make sure you're subscribed to the channel by hitting the button below. During a visit to Dublin, the Irish fighter's hometown, White revealed that McGregor is back in training and preparing for a fight next year. Although he didn't reveal a specific opponent, he confirmed that the two are in constant contact and that the choice of McGregor's next adversary will depend on when he's ready. "He called me last night. He's in New York and training hard," White said, recalling with emotion the last time he was at the 3 Arena, where McGregor launched his career to stardom in 2014. Meanwhile, Conor McGregor, sidelined from fighting for over 3 years due to a leg fracture, seems to be returning to his best form. He's been sharing videos of his training, showing that he still has the power to make an impact, both in the ring and in business, with his beer and whiskey brand. Michael Chandler, who still hopes to fight McGregor, is preparing for a fight against Charles Oliveira, which could reignite the possibility of a highly anticipated showdown between the two. The excitement in the air is palpable. Will we see McGregor back in style? Comment below if you're excited to see this grand return. As the anticipation for Conor McGregor's return grows, Michael Chandler continues to dream of his long-awaited showdown with the Irishman. Recently announced to fight Charles Oliveira at UFC 309 in New York on November 16th, Chandler can't seem to get McGregor off his mind. He is so determined to face the notorious that he didn't hesitate to declare, "I'll bet my house." This bold statement shows how much he believes that, regardless of the fight with Bronx, he'll be next in line for an epic clash with McGregor. Chandler, who has waited almost 2 years for this opportunity, still holds on to the hope that McGregor will return in style. He made it clear that as soon as Conor's ready, he'll be waiting. "When he gets his house in order, I'll be waiting for him," Chandler said confidently. Otherwise, he has no problem beating Oliveira and then setting his sights on the lightweight title with Islam Makhachev in view. The fight that everyone's waiting for is still a mystery, but Chandler's words only fuel the anticipation. After the electrifying anticipation surrounding Conor McGregor's return and Michael Chandler's bold plans, the UFC scene intensifies even further with Diego Lopes, who is now shining as one of the top names in the featherweight division. With an impressive 5-fight win streak, including a recent victory over Brian Ortega at UFC 306, Lopes is getting closer to a shot at the title. However, the rivalry heats up as Movsar Evloev, his only conqueror in the UFC, challenges him on social media following Aljamain Sterling's injury. Lopes didn't hesitate to respond to the Russian with a sharp retort. "You had your chance a few months ago when I called you out to fight. Now you can sit and watch while the bus leaves you behind." This jab not only reaffirms the Brazilian's confidence, but also shows that he's determined to move forward, while Evloev, ranked 6th, tries to regain a missed opportunity. The clash between the two, which took place in May 2023, still lingers in Lopes' memory, and now he prepares for what could be a new era in his career. Will he be able to capture the featherweight title and avenge his only defeat? The rivalry between them promises to be one of the most exciting in the UFC. Another hot name in the UFC is Deiveson Figueiredo, who is determined to secure his shot at the bantamweight title. After watching the newly crowned champion Merab Dvalishvili dethrone Sean O'Malley at UFC 306, Figueiredo has positioned himself as the top contender. With a flawless 3-0 record in the new division, the former flyweight champion has not only earned respect but also challenged what he sees as an injustice. The idea that Umar Nurmagomedov, with his 6-0 record, deserves a title shot before him. Figueiredo didn't hesitate to claim that his trajectory and achievements in the Octagon speak louder. "Umar just got here and needs to be more tested," he declared, emphasizing that his victories over elite opponents make him a more dangerous challenger for Dvalishvili. "I'm ready to fight for the belt. I want to win that belt," he stated, revealing his focus on grappling training to confuse the champion and become a 2-division fighter. The flame of competition is burning, and with Figueiredo determined to prove his worth, Could his next fight seal his fate as a champion once again? Turning attention back to Diego Lopes, who was on a meteoric rise in the UFC in a scenario that seemed unlikely a year and a half ago, he has become one of the most talked about fighters in the organization. With just 6 fights in the UFC, the Brazilian has solidified his position as a featherweight title contender after an impressive victory over Brian Ortega at UFC 306. Now all eyes are on the future, and many believe Lopes could be next in line for a title shot, an expectation even shared by his compatriot Gilbert Burns, who sees Lopes on a higher level. Burns analyzed potential future fights and commented on the situation in the division. He believes the fight between Aljamain Sterling and Movsar Evloev could be crucial to Lopes' path. If Evloev wins convincingly, it could complicate Lopes' road to the title. But on the other hand, if Sterling emerges victorious, the fighter from Manaus might have an even clearer shot. Diego is in a great position, kind of waiting for Ilia Topuria versus Max Holloway, Burns stated, highlighting how the dynamics of these fights could affect Lopes' future. At 29 years old and with an impressive 5-fight winning streak, Lopes isn't just dreaming of the belt, he's one step away from claiming it. The challenge is clear. It all depends on how the next bouts play out, especially the clash between Topuria and Holloway, which could complicate Lopes' situation. But with his growing confidence and support from his peers, Diego Lopes is determined to seize any opportunity that arises, ready to shine in the octagon and perhaps become the new featherweight champion. If you enjoyed the video, I'll leave a card on the side about the huge rematch that's confirmed and will surely go down in history. See you there.